Hi, so welcome to the live stream. I'm going to be channeling Archangel Raphael, and Raphael will give messages according to who listens to this. Yeah, so just before we start, just want to mention a few things. So one is I do finally have appointments up, so they were all put up this morning. So for the next 3 weeks, they're all there. So if anyone wanted to book a session, just go to the Archangel Raphael site. And equally, for 5-minute transmissions, monthly transmissions, or to join the protocol, that's also from that site. Go to the Gen site to join one of the groups. So we do the New Earth groups and the monthly clearing and recalibration groups. And as well as that, we've got on that site the audios and also past groups as well. Um, and also on the description, I have 3 links for people in Gaza who need help and support. So I have the 2 links from last week. Mohammed, a 26-year-old who supports 9 of his family members, and at the moment, Mohammed actually, is urgently in need because his father has a bullet in his leg. And he's been there for a little while, but it's actually got infected now, and it's poison in his whole leg. And he needs to, and if he doesn't get it removed, the leg will have to be amputated. So he needs to raise $500 literally within the next few hours, so the leg can be treated. And just because of the cost of all the materials and everything, because there's so many shortages in Gaza, so to have medical procedures done, it costs quite a lot of money, the supplies and so forth. And also there's Ahmed, who's lost his whole family, 27-year-old, who needs help, and also a new link, someone called Yazan. His mother, he's only 16. His mother's got cancer, and she needs treatment. She needs to be evacuated, ideally. Or in the meantime receive some sort of treatment. So he's single-handedly, trying to raise money, to help her. Yeah, so very serious situation. So his link is there as well. So if you go on the link, you can read about that, and there'll be more information. So yes, I'm just going to let Archangel Raphael come in and speak through me. Hmm. Hmm. I would like you to know that what I am actually seeing at the moment is a lot of energy that is actually going into trying to be in a much better place within. And because of this, there may be times that you feel inside that you are not coping as well as you would like to be because there is so much going on. So, what I will say is give yourselves time to rest. Don't be in a hurry to start the year full steam ahead. Be with yourselves for a while longer. Go within, clear your energy, and get to a point where you feel lighter, clearer before you go forwards. I also would like you to know that there is no such thing as really needing to be with people unless you really want to be. That in the new age, it is about actually really going into a state where you feel what is right for you when. And it is not about really needing to be with people because you have an obligation towards them. And what I'm really trying to say is that there is a new energy here that has not been there before. And a new energy, which is very much about really being in your power, being in your higher self connection as well. And through this, you will know what is right for you when. So, what I will say when it comes to people who you are perhaps responsible for in terms of their care and well being is that with them, you will feel it is right to be with them. You will feel it inside. You will know that actually by being with them, you will be able to go forwards with your life as well, that there is a higher purpose there. And what I'm really trying to say is that when it comes to those in your care, it is not the same. It is about taking responsibility, for example, for your children, or perhaps for someone who is unwell you are caring for. But what I'm really talking about now is something else. It is about feeling that you have to keep going forwards with certain people in the same way as you always have done. And what I will say is that it is okay to go into your higher self and go into a state where you really feel what is right for you on a deeper level and honor this. And as you do, the right people step in for you and the other people. It means that all the right things can happen. But as long as you keep doing things which are not fully aligning to your true self, then it keeps things in a certain type of energy in the world generally. So, what I will say is do not be afraid to make changes in your life. Do not be afraid to start going into a mode where you are choosing what really feels good on all levels, letting go, even getting to a point where perhaps you are being with yourself more than ever. Because it is through this the right things can happen in your life. And it is when you create space in your life as well that things can come in, new things that fully resonate with you. So you may have a period in your life where you are feeling like there are many spaces in your life, a lot of space to be filled. And instead of filling that space with old energy, old things, just let it be for a while. Be comfortable with that space. Keep going within, and then let the right things come in. It is all about creating in your life enough room for what is right to enter. And what I will also say is the universe will always fill a space up. It will always find spaces, and these will be filled. But it is about being very much in your true self energy so the right things come in. My final message about all of this is that for some of you, you do feel inside a lot of lack, like a lot is missing. Perhaps you have had a long time in your life of really feeling quite alone, feeling that things are not really right. It may even be that you feel generally that there are so many places in your life where there is something missing. You do not even know where to start. And for those of you, remember that what will happen this year is the spaces will actually be filled up. That this is a year where things which are very physical will happen. So, where you have a space, things will come in. And it may not be in the way you expect. But what I will say is go within and feel what you would like, feel into it deeply. And it will be that something comes along that is right for you. I also would like you to know that when you are looking at yourself as someone who is really an energy being rather than a physical being, a lot in your life will make sense. A lot of things that have been there and have not been there will make sense. But as soon as you look at your life in a really physical way, you will feel a lot inside around things which have not been right, a lot of anger, or even a sense inside of wondering why certain things have happened in your life and other things have not. So, what I will say to all of you is focus on the energy of your life, focus on your energy and the energetics, because in this way you will understand what your life is all about, why certain things have happened, why other things have not happened. And this is the place that you are able to make changes. I have no more to say on this. I also would like you to know that in order for physical changes to happen in the world, it is not really about needing to do this or that. Physical changes happen when the energies are ready. And the way you know something is ready is that you start to feel inside that you have a certain type of energy, that you can just be doing something easily. And when you feel this, it is a sign that something is ready. It is also good for you to know that when you are really going deep inside and feeling a bit insecure, it will always indicate that there is something to be resolved. And insecurity is an energy that you can work with by actually being with it, going deeper, and really getting to the root of it, which can often be actually coming in from places where you have not really been receiving much. So you may feel, for example, insecure about perhaps how you are appearing in the physical form, about your body, the structure of it, the shape, how you look. And if you go really deep, you may find that it is all about having had something in your life that has happened that has made you feel like this. Perhaps it has been about not really being appreciated generally as a person and being treated badly. It can be even connected to a lack of energy in certain areas because this part has not been nourished or has received negative energy from others. But if you go deep, you will find what is really going on. And that is the place that you are able to correct the imbalance that you experience. And as the energies are corrected, then also your reality, your physical reality changes. So you will find that as you correct energies around the things you are insecure about, as you go deeper, it is actually going to make changes as well on the outside. I hope I'm making sense. So you may feel insecure about how you communicate with others, but as you go deeper into the root of this and correct something, it will actually also change how you communicate. So it is a bit of both often with insecurity. It is that perhaps there is an imbalance there. And as you correct that, the change happens and you no longer feel the same. But also, it is about an energy you are carrying within, which is something that can be cleared, and then you feel different automatically. So it is often a bit of both. I will say one more thing, and that is insecurity is very often connected as well to perhaps having had a lot going on in your life, and then you have been having to make things happen the best way you can without really having all the resources you have needed. So it can also be connected to just having too much that has happened in your life, more than you could cope with. And then as you have carried on, there are parts which have never fully developed, parts which have been left behind. So it is all about ultimately what you have not received, things that you have had to manage within yourself, without adequate resources. That is what I see generally about insecurity. I will also say that those of you who are very insecure will never really feel able to go into places and do things easily unless you go a bit deeper into your insecurities. Because the things you feel insecure about will always dominate you internally, your state of mind, your way of being. So it is really good to work on insecurities, to really go into it. And instead of simply talking yourself out of things, to go really deep into the energy, see what is going on, find the root and clear it. This is really the way to work with insecurity. And I'm saying all this because this is a year where things will happen in a physical way. So it is a time to clear these things up because insecurity can prevent progress in life, can prevent the right things happening. I will say one more thing, and that is no one has ever asked you to be perfect in how you are, but you are being told to keep going into your internal landscape because whatever you feel inside will ultimately be expressed in your life. So, this is why it is important to clear up insecurity, fear, things that are holding you back on some level or another in your life. I have one more thing to talk about now. I would like to talk about why people go through the things they do in life. And some people are able to go through very hard things and come out the other end, and some people are not. And the real reason behind this is that for some people, what they go through is almost like something that they have been through before and got through. So the energetics inside them is already there. So when it happens, they know how to get through it on an energetic level. For other people, they have been through something before, and I'm speaking about other lives, but they have never got through it fully. So it may be that you go through something in this life, a major life change, something really big, even catastrophic, and you never quite recover. And it is connected to things which have happened that you haven't fully resolved in the past. So, what I will say is the really major stuck points in you will have that sort of energy. And as you work with them, you will be resolving many other life experiences over space and time. So, what I will say is don't shy away from these things. Don't go into a mode where you believe that some things you will never recover from, because what you are really attuning to is other lives where you have not recovered. But in this life, everything is there to be fully resolved. And if you cannot do it yourself, go to people for help. Ask the universe to bring you the right help. But it is to resolve everything in this life that you don't need to be stuck anywhere. You don't need to believe that anything is unable to be resolved. And if you do believe this, remember that it is coming through from another life where you have not moved on. I have no more to say. What I will say is generally the week ahead will be a really good one, positive in all ways. But what will happen is that you may start to feel a bit in need of something as the week goes on. And I am seeing it is because it is also a week where things are happening on other levels, coming up from within you to be processed. That is all. Hmm. Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening. And yeah, so wishing you a really good week ahead and much love to all of you.